Hello, dear students. Today we will discuss the fifth chapter of your book. I mean, class ninth. The fun they had. The topic is the fun they had, and it has been compiled by Isaac Asimov. Isaac Asimov. In this chapter, we will come to know how the writer has imagined the future classes, and he tried to compare the future classes with the present classes. He is trying to make compare and contrast between the way of style of structure of the future classes and the present classes. So we will discuss these things in this lesson. We are having two characters. One is Margie, or you can pronounce Margie or Margie, and second is Tommy. We will discuss these two characters. So the writer gives an imaginative idea of schools of the future. He conveys it through the imaginary story of two children named Margie or Margie and Tommy. Margie is only 11 years old and Tommy is 13 years. Their story is placed in the year 2157, 2157. We are this year is 2022. You can imagine it is 2022, and you can imagine 2157, more than 1 century. It is almost 150 years, more than 150 years. It runs like this. On the night of 7th May 2157, the Margie made an entry in her diary. She wrote, "Today Tommy found a real book. It was a very old book. It was printed on paper. Margie's grandfather had once told Margie about such books. He had said that when he was a little child, his grandfather had told him of a time when all stories were printed on paper. Their grandfather is trying to make them understand regarding the printing books, which we are in present in contemporary period we are very much conversant, or we are very much familiar with the printed books or print media. Tommy lived in Margie's neighborhood. That day he had come to Margie's house and shown her an old dusty book. He said that he had found the book in the attic of his house. The two children saw that the words stood still at the same place. They did not move like the words on their television screen. It appeared to the children something very funny. They turned the pages before. It had the same words on it that it had when they read it for the first time. Tommy thought that such a book was just a waste. Why? Because they were very much conversant with the advanced technology. One could throw it away after reading it. The television screen, on the other hand, could have on it millions of books. Thus, one never had to throw it away. Tommy had found the book in the attic of his house. He told Margie that the book was about school. The book was about school. Margie failed to understand what Tommy said. She did not think there was anything to write about school. She had always hated school, but Tommy told her that it was a different kind of school that was mentioned in the book. It was very different from the type of Marji school. Well, we will come to know what type of school Marji was having. Marji school was in her own house. Her classroom was right next to her bedroom. She had a mechanical teacher to teach her. The teacher had been given the teacher had been giving her test after test in geography. Margie had been doing worse and worse in each test. Her mother was very unhappy. She sent for the county inspector to see what wrong was there. The county inspector was a round little man. He had a red face. He had a box full of tools with dials and wires. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple. Then he took the mechanical teacher apart. Margie had thought that the county inspector the county inspector would not know how to put the mechanical teacher together again. But he knew everything all right. He was able to complete the job in about an hour. Now the big screen of the mechanical teacher was on again. It could show all the lessons and the related questions. So this was the introduction of this lesson which I have given you. So it is very clear that the main thrust in this lesson is about a book, old book, which Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. So we will pose some questions, or we will try to get the answer of certain questions so that it will make you visualize all the things regarding these this lesson. The first question I would like to ask you, and then I will discuss with you. What old book has been referred to here? What old book has been referred to here in this lesson? It was a book that Tommy had found in the attic of his house. It was a printed book. Second question I would like to ask you, what did Margie's grandfather tell her? What did Margie's grandfather tell her? He told her that, according to his own grandfather, there had been a time when all stories were printed on paper. Next question we will discuss, how did the pages of the book look? How did the pages of the book look? What was the get of the book? The pages of that very old book looked yellow and crinkly. So these are were the questions which we can ask, and we will visualize these questions, uh, the structure of the book, and all these things which are related. So in the coming days we will discuss other things regarding this lesson. Thank you. God bless you.